Hello, dear friends. If the rule of law doesn't protect life, freedom, and property of citizens, then there is no rule of law. Opinion piece. Predicted collapse. System change. This is madness. Signs of desperation. Predictable recession. Reprogramming reality. Being awake is stressful. Countdown to May 2025. It's time to demand truth. Incompetent political class. Big slowdown on the horizon. Elon Musk talks about the Matrix. Decline before spring of the new age. Something is going to happen this year. Let's start. Benjamin Fulford argues that the Western political and financial system is on its way to an imminent collapse, attributing this crisis to the inability of the current political class to handle the situation. According to his analysis, the trigger could be the collapse of Ukraine, which would accelerate the decline of the old world order. Fulford criticizes Western leaders for being stuck in an outdated paradigm, programmed to believe in the need to destroy Russia and then China, without considering constructive options such as establishing trade relations with these powers. Meanwhile, China has consolidated its dominance in the world economy, taking advantage of the West's failure to adapt to the new geopolitical reality. This perspective suggests that Western leaders' denial of global changes and their adherence to outdated strategies would be accelerating the collapse of the current system. According to Timofey Bordachev, the bloc's out-of-control elite cannot solve problems, so they keep creating new ones. Many politicians in Europe have bet their careers on the survival of the Kiev regime, making them willing to take extreme measures to justify their past decisions. The only clear consensus in Western Europe is opposition to any peace initiative that could stabilize Ukraine. More and more EU representatives are openly insisting that the war must continue indefinitely. Nothing illustrates this better than the leaders of Canada, France, and Poland calling for the use of nuclear weapons against Russia and the US. This is a sign of desperation, because their current political and financial system cannot survive. The situation is so unsustainable that governments are grasping at straws to try to avoid bankruptcy. It seems that the system would have to collapse before reconstruction can begin, unfortunately. Opinions. Sorchafal thinks that Europe is now a dictatorship. Elon Musk said, the person who won the most votes in Romanian presidential election has just been arrested. This is a disaster. According to Lorenzo C., we know it's all a lie and that we are watching a pantomime unfold before our eyes. Being awake is hard work. According to the French journalist Thierry Mason, we need to find a way to move from our current social system to a more modern and free one, without harming the most disadvantaged, but our incompetent political class is unlikely to be able to do this. Something is going to happen this year. Countdown to May 2025 according to Battle for Wealth. The Trump administration is trolling the Russians, and the Russians are following suit. Trolling means posting provocative or mocking messages. The countdown has begun. It seems that for some it will be the end of their world. My personal opinion. Russia has made no threats against European nations. It is the largest country in the world and doesn't need to invade Europe, as it has all the resources it needs to prosper. These provocations are made by those who look at Russian territory with greedy eyes to lead nations into war against Christian Russia. According to Kavamur, the Galactic Federation is increasing its operations right now. They are visible and invisible in the skies of Mar-a-Lago and the areas where President Trump resides, works and travels. They helped him against assassination attempts, and there are many who wish to do him harm. NORAD intercepted 3 planes that violated Mar-a-Lago airspace. Elon Musk suggests it's hard to escape of the Matrix after the new disintegration of its SpaceX Starship rocket. He describes the situation as follows: "We are reprogramming the Matrix. If you are in the Matrix, success were never possible. The only way to achieve success is to reprogram the Matrix, so that success is one of the possible outcomes. This is what we are doing. We may or may not succeed." Close quotes. What Elon Musk called the Matrix is the false financial reality that the West has lived in for half a century. He's also worried about that he could be assassinated for exposing too many details about the corruption he's auditing. It is a system that creates money out of thin air and then launders through the stock market. In other words, the price of shares should be worth a quarter of what they are worth to be in line with reality. Musk is a beneficiary of this old system, but he's also aware that he's living on borrowed time because Tesla sales are falling. This drop in sales could be part of an attack on Musk. Breaking news. The entry into force of Chinese tariffs on US goods intensifies the trade war. Trump plays with a recession. Blood will not reach the river, but a major slowdown is looming. The massive cyber attack on X came from Ukrainian IP addresses. Trump will not resume arms supplies to Ukraine until Zelensky resigns. According to Marco Rubio, we are cancelling 83% of US aid programs. Trump promises billions to Greenland, but will support whatever it decides about its future. Greenlanders reject Trump and bet on independence with a solid base. The secret US space plane returns to Earth after 434 days. Spain increased its weapons exports by 29% in the last 5 years. Spain prepares for more rain with accumulations of up to 100 liters during this week. The Fuego volcano enters a phase of massive eruption in Guatemala, and the evacuation of the population is ordered. Strange things. Netflix reveals that Charles Manson was manipulated by the CIA through MK Ultra. Stupid progress by Todd Hagen. According to the world of sheep, nothing that is happening is bad. Technology is getting out of control. Robots and artificial intelligence are taking over the world. Digital IDs, CBDCs, cell phones have gone crazy, and so on. Programming language by Commander Heron. Every word you speak and every thought you entertain creates an energetic ripple in your personal and collective universe. It is important to understand that by focusing on what you dislike or find difficult, you are giving energy to those very things, amplifying their impact on your life. According to Kavamur, if a fake alien invasion was possible, it would have happened already. It hasn't happened because it is not allowed, as the Galactic Federation is in control. Stephen Greer is being used by celebrities to say that the mysterious drones are psychological collaboration and that alien attack is coming. According to Poet Dog, there are strange smells and warm lights. I have seen many examples of doctors who invoked the Hippocratic Oath. It is logical to think that these are just the tip of the iceberg. I have mentioned several times that as time goes by and the Avatar descends through the plains, driving out the demonic forces that stand before him, eventually they are cast out into the material plane, where they run around looking for a place to stay. It is not difficult for them to find accommodation in times like this. There are many people who are careless and adrift in the days of decline before the spring of the new age. Origins of the Cabal by Swalger Digital X. What if the Cabal had ruled humanity for centuries? What if monarchies, religion and financial systems were their tools of control? What if in the 18th century the British Empire was their crown jewel? What if the American Revolution was not just a matter of independence, but the rebellion against them? According to Sabine Hossenfelder, mainstream science has lied to us. From high-energy physics to UFOs, the truth is being hidden to protect careers, funding, and existing power structures. Sabine has exposed fraud in physics, where experiments are designed to gain funding, not make discoveries. Meanwhile, whistleblowers who speak out about UFOs and government secrets are being silenced. It's time to demand truth. And that's all for today. Thanks a lot, dear friends.